Oh, hey, what's up, fuck sticks? Welcome back to another episode of Bacon and Bacon with Bacon. How are we doing today? I don't care. Okay, so today is exciting. Today we're going to be making homemade pasta. And not just homemade pasta, we're going to be making homemade raviolis. They're going to be delicious. What we're going to do is we're going to make mushroom, spinach, bacon ravioli. We're going to drizzle that shit in some white sauce, and it's going to be an amazing dinner. So walk with me as we create homemade pasta and homemade raviolis. That's the first step. The first thing we're gonna do, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna chop these mushrooms in, slice them so that we can cook them. When we're done cooking them, we're going to puree those with some spinach and some bacon. We're gonna make the whole paste. It's like a paste that's going to go into the ravioli. So first steps first, you just gotta cook this shit. All right, hoe cakes. First thing we're gonna do, lubricate the pan with avocado oil. Now we're gonna crank this bitch up. We want it ripping. We want to get it like medium high. We want that fucking oil shimmering. And then we're gonna hit them with some mushies. Actually, first we're gonna hit them with some onions, and then we're gonna hit them with some garlic. And then we're gonna hit them with the mushies and cook all that shit down. Throw it in a food processor, and then you have our paste. And we're also gonna dice up this spinach to get it ready, because we are gonna throw the spinach in with the mushrooms once the mushrooms have had a hot second to cook down. All right, so that should be a good amount. That's gonna go with the mushies, with that. And then I do have a secret weapon that's going to be coming up for this as well. It's like, you know, it's my favorite thing. It's in the fucking title of my show. We're going to add some onions to the piping hot pan and a few tablespoons of this minced garlic. I could probably mince my own. I think I have some cloves, but it's just easier. It's just easier to do it this way. Now my trusty handy dandy rice spoon. Apparently these divots are for rice. I don't fucking know. I use it for everything but rice, to be honest. Would you say you could eat? Yeah. That's just because you're high. So you're like, yeah, bro, Funyuns, man, yeah. So I don't even like Funyuns, but I'm so fucking high right now. They sound so good. All right, my little fuck sticks, this is about the time when you start adding your mushrooms. So I'm just gonna dump my whole bowl of mushies in there. And we're gonna kind of even them out a bit. And here's what we're gonna do. I know it sounds crazy, but we're gonna do two things. First thing, hit them with another splash of that avocado oil because the avocado oil is fucking good. Second thing, we're hitting them with a knob of butter. And that way, it really brings in that flavor as they start sauteing up in that avocado slash butter concoction. It's gonna be so fucking good. You can see now it's starting to bubble up. It's starting to smell amazing. We just want to keep stirring it. We've got it on a pretty high heat, so we're just going to keep cooking and stirring. All right, now it's time to put in some spinach. So we're just going to throw spinach straight in there. We're going to let that kind of cook and somewhat steam on the surface for like a minute, maybe 2 minutes. And then we'll start mixing it in. Was going to hit them with some tomato. Wifey doesn't really like tomato much. So instead, I'm going to hit them with a splash of lemon for the acid. Gonna add like a brightness to it. And we let that break down. And it's really starting to come together. It looks and smells incredible. All right, this is slowly starting to look ready. Yeah, that looks really good. Tell me that doesn't look amazing. All right, so we are going to mixed up here, get mixed up with it. And we're gonna set that off to the side to cool down so that we can put it in our food processor. All right, so while we're letting our veggies cool down, we're gonna mince this bacon up real good. We're gonna try to cut it as fine as we possibly can. And now we've got bacon ready to go inside the ravioli. And momentarily, we're gonna actually get started on the pasta that shall make the ravioli. All right, now that this pasta's cooled down a little bit, still warm, but it's cooled down quite a bit, we're gonna put it in this little mini food processor here. And we're gonna get it blended down into like a fine paste almost. And boom, these little KitchenAid thingies are so dope. Well, that looks like some bombness right there. Okay, now it's time to get started with the flour. We are using semola rimacinata. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but it is from Italy, and apparently it's the common flour that they use for pasta. So we're gonna do 1.5 cups of this amazingly fine ground pasta flour, and we're just gonna plop it right in the middle of the board. Voila. And then we're gonna create a well. And then we're gonna put the eggs in it. We're gonna set this pasta off to the side, or this flour off to the side in case we need to use it. So 1.5 cups of the flour equals 2 of these eggs. There we go. Now it gets a little bit chaotic. Now we just start beating it and mixing in the flour little by little with the eggs. Pasta dough. Voila. That is that. So we're gonna wrap this in saran wrap and let it sit for about 30 minutes, just at room temp. And then we'll start rolling it out. It's been 30 minutes, motherfuckers. This wrapped up dough is ready to be dealt with. What we're gonna do is take it out of the plastic and we're gonna cut it in half. And then we're gonna take that same plastic and we are going to wrap it back up so it doesn't dry out while we work this piece into its flat shape. So right now it's just a matter of rolling it out. And we wanna kind of get it flat enough to run through the pasta machine at level 8. Okay, it's doing okay. And then once we roll it, we fold it, tri-fold. In the middle, and we roll this back out again. That gives us square edges. And it also helps layer the pasta. Starting to look good. Tri-fold, tri-fold, and then roll it out. And then they're kind of cooking. And we're gonna do this tri-fold thing a couple more times. You wanna do it enough though, to where it's well stacked. The inside of that pasta is just stacked out. Would you look at that? That is quality right there. So now we've ran it through number 8 a certain amount of times with thickest setting, and now we just like run it through, adjusting the setting each step of the way until we get down to 4. And that's gonna be our ravioli setting. This is number 7. You want to keep a little bit of flour on it so it doesn't get stuck on the wheels. We're going to run this through one more time. See, we're working it. And we're going to turn that off and go to level 6, and so on and so forth until we get down to level 4. And now we're on the level 4, which is fettuccine and ravioli and something else. I can't remember. Look at that. I'm gonna run it through one more time. Voila. And now we have a stunning ravioli flat. We're gonna cut this right in half. And then we're gonna build our first raviolis. So I've never used this before, so I'm gonna kind of create little markings so I can see where to put it. Okay, now I've got these little marks where I know where to put my globby glob. So we're gonna put there. There. And there. We're gonna take a tiny bit of this Parmesan cheese, sprinkle that. And we're gonna take some of this here bacon, sprinkle that. Then we're gonna lay this right over the top. We're gonna kind of create little divots there so we can see where we're at. And we're gonna push down. Here. And this one right here. And you have these beautiful little raviolis. Look at those. Those are so cute. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make these raviolis real quick. And then I'll get back at you when it's time to cook them. All right, well, wifey wants a side of green beans, so we're gonna get that going. We're gonna crank these up to heat. We want it piping hot. We want it piping fucking hot. And then we're gonna drop these in there with some garlic and some salt and a splash of lemon juice. And there will be a divine. And then we are gonna pan fry these raviolis. They're going to be quite delicioso. They're crispy when they're pan fried. They're really good. It's like one of the better ways to have raviolis. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so since we just made enough raviolis for wifey and I, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of the leftover insides and toss those in the pan with the green beans, some extra garlic, some lemon, and whatever leftover bacon I have. It's all getting tossed into this green bean medley we're about to be foxing with right about now. All right, we got this bombness going. It's gonna be really fucking good. I've got a lid on that to help cook the green beans a little a little quicker. I'm firing up the heat on this big pan. I put a whole bunch of avocado oil in the bottom of it. We're basically gonna shallow fry these raviolis in this pan. It's gonna be delicious. Now that the avocado oil is kind of shimmering in there a bit, that is the time that we want to put these in to the oil. So we're gonna just plop these in. Again, this is just a shallow fry. We don't have a fuck ton of oil in there. We just have enough oil in there to keep these egg pasta from sticking, you know? And we were able to get all but 3 in this big ass pan. So we're gonna cook that for a hot minute. Probably 2 minutes on each side until we start seeing it brown. And then we're gonna set them on a plate with paper towel and serve up dinner. After 2 minutes, we flipped them and they are good, crispy brown. They're looking perfect. There you have it. That is my fried ravioli. We're about to get down on it. If you do give it a shot, I hope you enjoy it. I'm really excited to try these. Those are good as fuck. Those are good as fuck. All right, I'm gonna go smash the shit out of this. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Bacon and Bacon and Bacon. Please don't be a dick. Like and subscribe. Make a comment. Do something. Help a brother out. Thank you so much again, and I hope you have a great fucking day. Peace.